Alright, so today we're going to make a soup bowl pot holder. These are really great for as we're going into the fall and chili season, soup season. However, in all fairness, these pot holders work really well for a lot of things. I know people who like them for their ice cream bowls to keep them from getting cold. And honestly, I use them to pull things out of the oven. You're going to start with a 10.5-inch square. 4 pieces out of your pretty fabric, 4 pieces out of your felt, and you're going to lay them out and do it on, so one of each here. Lay them together, make an X across the center. This is just to keep the fabric from slipping and moving around when you start washing it. Once that is done, you're going to fold it in half. I would say lengthwise, but the fact is it's the 10.5-inch square. It doesn't matter. Okay, and we're going to go on the folded edge, you're going to go up 2 inches, and on the open edge, you're going to go up 1 inch, and we're going to pin it. And what we're going to end up doing is creating the dart that will help our soup bowl it's going to make it turn into a bowl. It's been a long day, so I apologize if I don't make any kind of sense. My son only slept about 2 hours last night.
Oh, that's so bullshit. That right out of hand right at that point.
Because he's decided that since I've been home, he wants to be a night owl who stays up all night and watches TV or his tablet, which is just not vibing with me. So, alright, so I've already done the other 3 of these where I pinned them. So at this point we have 4 pieces that look like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew from this pin to this pin, making it just a little triangular, well, I'm going to do straight stitch, but and then what we're going to do is we'll trim off this little piece. So, I'm going to start at the 2-inch one on the fold. Okay, so we've stitched across there. We pull these pins out. Olivia, I don't mind you being in the video if you have clothes on. Alright, so then what I'm going to do here is take and relatively close to the seam, I'm going to trim that off. Alright, so what's going to happen is when I turn this right side out, it's going to start folding it up in the shape of the bowl. Okay? So we're going to do that on all 4 of these. So here's 2. And I'm going to show you before I move on to finish up the others. I'm going to show you what our next step is. Okay, so see, I've done both sides and trimmed them. So now what I'm going to do is on the exact same thing on the other 2 sides.
Oh, there's multiple movements. Yeah, yeah, there are multiple movements.
So 2 inches approximately up the folded edge. About 1 inch in on the non-folded edge on both sides. I have pins, I swear. Need something? Not right now, I can buy more, but you have to wait till I can get to the store. Okay, so both of these are now done. I'm going to go ahead and stitch those, trim them, and show you what they look like. Then I'm going to go ahead and after that I'll pause the video and I'll do it on the rest of the 4 and get us to that point. Eventually, once I have my edited videos, I won't have to pause it in between because somebody will go through and make it all fancy and stuff. But I'm not quite cool enough for that just yet. I was going to try and edit one of my own videos. I've done photo editing. I figured I could probably figure it out. But my laptop is not quite advanced enough to pull that off right now. Alright, so that is the 4th one. So all 4 of our pieces, we need to get all 4 of these to this point. And what's going to happen is once we turn them right side out, you can get an idea of the shape that we're going to be looking at, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to go ahead and get all 4 of them to this point, and then we'll show you the next step. Okay, so now we have all 4 of our pieces like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to put them right sides together and line up all of the parts. My kids are squealing apparently in the other room. Alright, so the best way I find to line them up is start with your the corners here, or the centers here where your pleats were at. Put a pin there on all 4 sides, and then put a pin in all of your corners, at least. So here. Here. Third side. And 4th. Okay, and then smooth out and even at your corners. A lot of times I find that these maybe don't line up perfect. That's okay. We'll trim them down to whichever the smaller one is. So just line them up as best you can. Sometimes you'll find that if you turn it and line up 2 different sides, it might fit better. Whatever works. Alright, so now we have 2 pieces pinned together, right sides together. Now, the only other place I'm going to put a pin at this point is like right here. You put one here and one here. And this is solely to remind me to leave a small opening, because otherwise you get going and I forget. So now I'm going to start here. I'm going to go all the way around and I'm going to stop here. And I'm going to even out anywhere that I have an uneven edge. I can hear my husband in the other room. He's on Twitch, and it's really, really funny to listen to my husband get mad at his video games. I think he's playing Call of Duty, and they're shooting something, I'm sure, but it's really funny. Alright, so I'm going to start at this one pin. Make sure you back up and reinforce these seams, because when you turn it, the seams will pop if you're not careful. Get to the corner, or I guess it's not a corner, it's the center of the side. Lift my presser foot and turn it. I don't want to go rounded there because it is a point. So when you go into your, when you're sewing these sides and you go along here, once you get here, pivot and go the other direction. Don't round them off. Well, I guess unless that's the way you like the way it looks, and then that's your choice, but pivot at your corners. I love these. I've had people use them as children's jewelry bowls in their bedroom, so they didn't have to worry about them breaking things. So lots of different things. I usually sell them a set of 2 for like $10. They go really well at like Christmas and craft fairs and things like that. They're fun to give as gifts, and when you give as a gift, you can put the set of them, a couple of bowls, and maybe some of someone's favorite soup cans, and wrap it all up together. So I'm on my last side. I'm going to back stitch to reinforce this because I am going to be turning it. Alright, and here we go. Now I'm going to do this with both of them, but I'm going to go ahead and finish this one and show you. That way you don't have to watch me do 2 of them once you already know how to do it. So now I've gone all the way around with the exception of leaving the space for turning. I'm pulling my pins out. So at this point, right here is open. The rest of it's stitched. I'm going to go ahead and clip my corners and trim up my seams so that's nice and neat. You guys are probably thinking, hey, does Teresa have a garbage can on the left side of her chair? She keeps throwing her stuff? And I'd have to answer, no, I don't. I'm just literally throwing my crap on the floor. I will have to clean it up when I am done, as otherwise my dogs will probably try to eat it. One of the hardest things about working from home with children and dogs is that my dogs try to eat everything, and my children, I do not trust them in the vicinity of scissors or anything sharp. So, you know. Alright, so I have trimmed up all the way around. It's nice and neat. You will notice I am using 2 different colors of the felt. It doesn't matter. Pardon me, my fabric is dark enough. You're gonna survive, it's okay. It's a ladder, you're okay. My daughter is hanging Halloween decorations. I stabbed myself with something from the ceiling. My daughter's hanging Halloween decorations from the ceiling, and I swear I'm getting poked by something, but I can't find what. I thought maybe I had a pin on my lap, but I don't see it. Alright, well then. So now we're going to turn everything right side out. The way I find is easiest to, let me back this up so I can show you. So, I go in here, and what I'm doing is, when I go in, I'm going in this hole right over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this part inside out and grab a hold of this and pull it, because it's the furthest from the hole. So I'm going to come in here like I'm trying to turn a sock. I'm going to grab that part and poke it through the hole, okay? And then from there, it's a matter of just working it until you can get it all the way through and turning it right side out. Now, here we want to take and make sure we go to all of our corners and poke them out really good. My son is now climbing the ladder too. If you don't know, I have a hormonal 12-year-old and I have twin 4-year-olds. So my life is insane all the time.
No.
And of my 4-year-olds, I have a sassy little girl and a daredevil little boy who will leap and jump off of anything that he possibly can. So yeah.
Jean, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Alright, so then once I get it turned right side out completely, this is what we have so far. And you could be done. You could just whip stitch this closed right here and be done. However, top stitching this will make a huge difference. If you are going to sell them at all, I definitely recommend top stitching them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here and just go down around all the sides and come back. Bless you. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. And I'm going to stick. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to turn the volume down, please.
He's grabbing my legs.
I'm going to go ahead and sew all the way around and we'll see where we're at, okay? Again, when you get to the innermost parts where the feet were, on those you want to pivot, not turn.
Stay down. I'm putting up decorations. Stay Don't do that! Stop! Get down! No, get down! Ow! Get down! Ow! 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 You're doing to give me
Alright, last side on this one.
No.
Alright, now we are all the way around, and we're going to go ahead and clip our threads and pull our pins out. Alright, and this one is complete. And here we go. So that is one complete soup bowl pot holder. Put your soup in there, or your bowl in there, your soup inside. Put the entirety of it in the microwave. Heat it up, and when you pull it out, you're not grabbing a hot soup bowl. I'm apparently being fanned by peacock feathers over here. Alright, so that's it. Go ahead and finish up the second one the same way, and you have a nice, beautiful set. Thanks, everybody, for watching. See you next time.